The choice could not be more clear between Barbara Boxer and myself. She actually believes the way to create jobs is to pass bills in the U.S. Senate. And we know here in California that the stimulus bill, $800 billion worth of taxpayer money, has done nothing to alleviate the tremendous suffering in the state. We have 2.5 million people out of work here in California, many hundreds of thousands for more than 6 months, and many hundreds of thousands more have quit looking for work altogether. The facts are we're destroying jobs in this state through bad government policy. During my time at Hewlett-Packard, yes, I had to make some tough choices, just like families and businesses all across California are making tough choices. China fights for our jobs. North Carolina fights for our jobs. Nevada and Texas fight for our jobs. We have to start fighting for our jobs here in California and here in America, and we know what it takes to create jobs. Cut taxes, particularly on small business owners, family-owned businesses, innovators and entrepreneurs. Get government regulation out of their way. Get big government off their backs. That's what it takes to create jobs. Barbara Boxer doesn't understand that people are enraged that while we have a 12.6 unemployment rate here in California, and the employment picture has gotten worse in the last year, not better, that the federal government is growing employees at 14.5% a year. We now learn that our debt will be $19.6 trillion in 5 years, and Barbara Boxer has voted in her 28 years in Washington, D.C., for over $1 trillion of tax increases. People are enraged because Barbara Boxer in Washington can't seem to make any tough choices.
Let me ask you this now. As a former CEO, you did have to make some tough choices.
Sure.
And you did have to incur some layoffs in order to remain profitable. Fair enough. Because of your business experience, will this qualify you in Washington, if you win the race and become senator, to go after the government's payrolls? This is what a lot of people are talking about.
Sure.
To go after, to make the spending cuts in government workers, to make the spending cuts in their salaries and their benefits, which are running substantially ahead of their private sector counterparts. In other words, are you going to turn this on its head with Ms. Boxer and say, look, because of my business experience, here's what I would do, and tell us, please, what you would do to deal with this bankrupt federal government?
Well, here's what we know from the real world. Here's what I know from my business experience. When you have billions of dollars for which no one is accountable, that's absolutely, there's no scrutiny, then you're going to have hundreds of millions of dollars of waste, fraud, abuse, and we have that in Washington, D.C.